Well, what's up, everybody? Jonathan here. I'm back on Dodson Logging again today, and I thought I'd get the wood chip operation selling thing going here. Just got to get everything set just right. I was trying to get it set up a minute ago, and just had to bear with me on the camera. I still have not got that fixed. But anyway, so we've got a courseplay route set up for all these trucks. You can see them, got a couple more lined up back there. I'm not sure why it's not up closer. It's set to run, but I guess it's waiting on this truck to move for some reason. Anyway, once this trailer gets fairly full, it should take off and go sell over there at the wood chip sell point. And it looks like I'm going to have to get another scoop. But once we get a couple of these trucks gone, we'll move back over. We're going to work on the plantation again today. See if we can't move a bunch of wood. It's been a little while since I actually played Farming Simulator. Was off to New Orleans. Was it last week or the week before? I think it was the week before. And I didn't get to play then, and then when I got back, I recorded just a couple of episodes. Didn't get one out for Monday, but and then this weekend I was busy with community band stuff. We had our concert for our local festival here in town, and didn't get a chance to play then either. And the only thing I don't like about this thing is it's so big. It's hard to kind of maneuver, and you got to get the bucket just right, or else it'll dump the chips on the ground. Okay, so there goes the truck. Now the next one I think should pull on in here. No, looks like it's not going to. We'll have to get them set up. I don't think that makes a difference. Alright, there he goes. And this other truck should come on up too. Yeah, there he goes. Alright. Yeah, I dumped some chips on the ground when I was trying to get one of the trailers filled up. And so had to stop the truck. I think that's what kind of got everything out of sync. Alright, let go. Yeah, and these trailers are so big, it takes about a scoop and a half to fill it up. But as you can see, we got a long way to go. I was hoping to use that little FDR excavator thing over there, the wood chip shovel, but it just takes so long to fill up a truck. This is the fastest way of doing it. I might look into setting up a conveyor belt system. That would probably be the better way to go. Then I could just use the dozer, which is currently stuck over there, to just push the pile back up towards the wood chip conveyor belt. So I may do that. I don't know. That way I could pretty much automate it, I believe. I just have to make sure that the wood chips are available to the conveyor belt at all times, which may mean switching back over here and pushing up the pile a little bit, but that's no problem. Yeah, this camera drives me crazy. I've got to switch. If you're just tuning in, you probably heard me say this before, but you probably have not heard me, but those who've been watching for a while probably know already. But I use a program called Joy to Key, which allows you to map mouse and keyboard functions to like joysticks and stuff. All right, now this one's not coming up. And so I've got something out of whack. So I thought that one would come on up. Now this one's driving up. All right, maybe we're back in sync now. I just kind of, that first truck I think messed us up. But let's get one more truck filled up. Since this one is a smaller trailer, we should be able to fill it up pretty quick. Yeah, we should be able to get this one all in one little shot here. You can see how quickly that fills up too. See, I've got once it all works out nice, I've got a good little operation going here, but that camera's just driving me crazy. And so here we go again. This one's not coming up. I don't understand. I guess it's, maybe I need to activate that. Now let's see if that last truck will come on back around and, yeah, okay. Well, this this second truck's trying to get to the end spot and is pushing the front truck. Oh well. We'll come back to that in a minute. Alright, now I was looking for my skidder earlier. I guess it's down here somewhere. Maybe. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. I remember now. We had to come over here and rescue a truck that got stuck. Let me see where. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. Yep. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. I made the map and I still don't know where I'm going. So if you saw the video on Monday, I worked on Forbidden Forest a little bit. You can kind of see what the process is on making maps. It's pretty tedious most of the time when you're especially putting down trees at a random pattern. There is scripts that you can use to, you know, align trees like this in a nice neat row, and you can modify that script to you know, make it do random patterns and stuff. But I don't know, I kind of like hand placing them because it's I'm using 3 different types, well actually 4 different types of trees. I got a spruce stage 3, 4, 5, and then I'm using the pine stage 6, which was a dead tree, to kind of simulate some dead trees every once in a while. I'm not using a bunch of those. I don't really like those trees. It just so happened that in the map that I used, with permission of course, to make Dodson Logging this map, that map maker used a bunch of those dead trees, and so I used those since they were in there. But on Forbidden Forest, there may be a section or 2 maybe that I'll do that are dead, but most of the time I'm just kind of mixing them in there. Not very many either, because I mean, you know, you really don't see that many dead trees in the forest, unless it's a bug spot or, you know, really old growth. You just don't see a lot of dead trees in big massive groups and stuff like that. Alright, we'll get these processed up that's already here at the processor and get them out of the way. It's still a bit tight. I need to go back over on the other side over there and cut a few trees down. And let's see, yeah, 15 is where we need to be. Alright. Turn the lights on. That does help. Doesn't seem like it would, you know, it's already daytime, but when you got that extra light, it's makes it nice to mainly for the depth perception. It's a little harder sometimes to, when it's dark, to get the depth perception right. Did I get? Oh yeah, I got them. I did map the rollers, although I found that the rollers, it may not be too bad on these trees, but on another map I was working on, I guess it was KST. See, look at that. The rollers are what's messing me up. So if I release the rollers, the trees will process better. But if I put the rollers too tight, it wants to hang up the tree. Well, I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Mine's going pretty good. Of course, today is, for me, is Monday, so luckily it's been fairly slow at work, but I got a feeling that's going to pick up soon. Our busy season's about to be upon us. Plus, we got some new software updates rolling out, so I imagine there'll be a lot of questions about that. Maybe some problems. It's always fun when you do a semi-major software update. People lose their minds. Something changed. See if we can get this loaded up pretty quick. It's probably not enough for a load, but we'll see what we got. Let's see, I think I'm going to go this way with it and then spin it. Oops. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea going from that way. Alright, let's get us a few more. Try to make us a load real quick. No, I think I'm gonna change. Well, let's see. We'll do it afterwards. Let's see. Let me get that shut down. Let's go ahead and process these. I'm gonna move this processor back behind the grapple loader. I think that's gonna help out with the flow. I just don't have enough room over here in the front. Got those trees over there. See, I'm actually hitting on it right there. And I got the trucks kind of in the way, so I just need to move this thing. Alright, now let's move this thing. So what I'm going to do is put it kind of at the back of this. See, I still want to process. Let me see, I was going from right to left, so I need to put it directly behind. I need to spin that around too. Get me going in the right direction. There, that should be better. Yeah, let's get this cleaned up. Yeah, we've got a nice big lane now to work on. Yeah, it's gonna be nice because now I can just drive straight up to the processor without having to go around trees and stuff. Yeah, we'll get one more load. And let's go ahead and get both of these. This machine can handle it, and we'll be able to get this out of the way. Let's see, I hope the desktop audio is loud enough. I might better work on that. I increased the volume of the game audio just a little bit. I had it lower because I was running that podcast with the last video, and I've discovered after the fact that I had it too low, so I forgot to raise that back up. So I do apologize if the game volume was a bit low there. I got it raised up now, and I'll check on that when I listen to the video, and if it's still too low, I'll bump it up again. So I never think to test that stuff. I think that's all of them. Yeah, and before I forget, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I am still trying to get to 1,000 so I get my videos monetized again. You know, like I said before, I think money for me is, I mean, that's not why I'm doing this. I do it for fun, but you know, it would be nice to get paid for it a little bit anyway, to recoup some of the costs, because there is quite a bit of expense that goes into this, whether you realize it or not. I've told this story before, but here a while back, probably, I don't know, maybe close to a year ago now though, I had a hard drive that died on me, had to go buy a new one. That was about $75. I just quickly ran over to Best Buy and got one because I needed it like that weekend. So yeah, it's not cheap. And then of course you got all the hardware stuff like joysticks and things I've bought to play the game better. I still like to buy a few more things. I'd love to have some foot pedals to operate the track machines better. But those things are not cheap. I think they're about $90 or more each, so not cheap. I'm gonna kind of get the tops mixed up here, but I think this is gonna end up being better. Once I get the pile straight. Kind of hard to see what's going on from this angle. Not really used to doing it like this. Maybe I'll get better at it. Just trying to make sure I avoid all this equipment over there. May have a messy pile at first, but once we get the ones that were from the previous setup out of the way, I should just be able to just set it up kind of like this and then go straight forward with it. Yeah, those rollers definitely are not working out too good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna kind of clean this up a little bit with the loader before we proceed any further. See if we can throw all the rest of this on here. May have a big load, but that's alright. I don't think this truck will get stuck like the last one did. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a mess. Yeah, we're making a mess. Oh boy. And it's not curling anymore. Golly. Oh gosh, we're stuck. That's what I thought. think my problem a lot of times I just get too close to the trailer. And I can't maneuver like I need to. Okay, that should work. But if you get too far away from the trailer and you've got a big load of logs and or big grapple full of logs, then it'll tip you over. And I usually try to keep my tracks angled about like that, so if I do try to pick up something that's a little heavy, I have to get way to my right or way to my left before it starts to tip. Well, we've got one log up here that's a little too close to the cab for comfort, but let's go ahead and lock that down, and I'll see if I can't cut that with a chainsaw. Nope. Can't reach it. Let's see. And I bumped the mouse. Oh, okay, we're off. Yeah, so I think I started to mention all this before, but now that we're kind of off and going, I'll mention it again. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Sure help me out. I'd like to get to 1,000 so I get my videos monetized again. I was pretty close to getting paid by YouTube before they changed the policies on that. They don't pay you until you get to $100 of ad revenue, and I was about 75 something when they changed everything, and so I was pretty close. But like I said, I'm not trying to make a ton of money on here. I just enjoy playing the game and putting the content up for you to see, because I think it's worthy content, because a lot of the YouTubers that I see playing not just Farming Simulator but lots of other games, they got the filthy language, cussing and all that stuff, and there's no need for that on here. I mean, there's kids watching and adults that don't care to listen to that kind of stuff, so I'm just trying to provide some quality content without all the cussing. And I had one person, oh, there it goes. I knew I was going to do it. I had one person mention that they enjoyed watching my channel because I don't have all the foul language. I guess I'm going to have to keep me a skidder down there close to the end of the road. I hate to have a skidder just for this. I wish there was, I don't know, maybe some other way of... Well, I guess this is about the only way other than having another skidder on hand. I'm going to take a shortcut. But also, hitting the subscribe button helps me out. But also, if you want to make a small donation to the channel to help us out, I've got a Patreon page, which for $5 a month gets you eligible for the giveaways, which I will start doing once we reach 10 patrons. And right now we're only up to like 2 or 3, but I appreciate everybody helping the channel out. It means y'all are enjoying the content and want to see more. But if you don't want to do the Patreon thing, I've also got a just a paypal.me link. You can see it down there in the video description. Let's see. Guess I'll just go with that one. That's the only one. Let me grab it. Let's see. I wonder if I can just pull it up. Yeah, there we go. Yep, took that turn a bit too fast with that big load of logs. That's a big giant load. But yeah, once I reach 10 patrons, I'm gonna start doing monthly giveaways, and if we drop below 10 patrons, we'll just have to see how the money holds out. But what I'm gonna do is to reward the long-time watchers and people who support the channel via Patreon and all that. I'm gonna be doing monthly giveaways, and there'll be some nice stuff. You know, it'll be like maybe dual joysticks, maybe even a game monitor, or you know, display monitor. I mean, it could be just it could be copies of the game, could be farming simulator apparel, just, you know, whatever, or, you know, copies of other games, or different types of things. Oh, okay, well, I didn't know I had that high enough. Kind of shocked me. But yeah, it'll be some nice stuff. I mean, it just depends. I mean, if the patrons grow and grow and grow and all that, then the prizes just get better and better. And that's how it'll work. And you know, if I get enough subscribers, and I probably, well, not probably, I most likely will be doing giveaways just to the regular subscribers too. You don't have to be Patreon member, just got to hit that subscribe button. And almost missed my turn. And yeah, once we get a little money flowing with YouTube ads, get some money coming in, I'll start doing some giveaways just to the regular subscribers here on YouTube. So you guys won't be left out. I just gotta get my subscriber count up so I can start making some money and get back to you guys that are watching this. Because that's the end goal, you know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really in this to make a lot of money. I mean, it'd be nice, you know. But mainly what I want to do is get back to my viewers. Alright, well, we've got just a little bit of time left here today. I tell you, let's cut down some trees. I think I need to go this way. Well, I might have went the wrong way. Yeah, I've got that too. I wonder. Well, for one thing, I need to get my skidder back over there. Yeah, it's starting to look kind of bare over here across from the sawmill. We cut a bunch of trees down. I'm going to take my shortcut again back over to the bridge. Oh, and the other benefit of being a Patreon is, you know, this is my map here, this Dodson Logging map. It turned out pretty good for my first attempt at a map. I learned a lot, that's for sure, and I've found ways to speed up the process for future maps, although Forbidden Forest is going to be pretty detailed. I mean, I've got a lot of in-town detail work and just a lot of terrain stuff mostly to work on. And placing a lot of trees, too. I need to find a better way to place a lot of trees faster. Oh, we still got trees over here. I must have missed this bunch whenever I was working here. We'll pick them up and take them. But, so if you're a Patreon supporter, then what I'm planning on doing is when I get to like a beta stage of my upcoming map, I'm going to release it first to the Patreons to test and you know, give me feedback on what works and what doesn't work, and do I need to change anything, you know, something like that, or you want something added, taken away, whatever. So the patrons will get it, you know, maybe a couple of weeks before the public gets it. So that's another added bonus if you choose to do it. I mean, I'll put the link there, and I'm gonna make sure that the map is really in a beta stage, so if it does get somehow leaked out, then you know it won't be much fun to play, because not all the pieces will be in place. Not that I expect anybody to leak it, but you know, these things happen these days. Seems like every time I turn on Facebook and look to see what some of the modding groups and stuff are talking about, somebody's talking about somebody stole this or leaked that or whatever, and they're all upset about it, raising a big stink. Well, I mean, I don't know how you can avoid that. I mean, some people are just greedy and they just grab all the mods they can and throw them out there. But I mean, a lot of work goes into those things. But again, I don't know how really you can avoid that. Because I mean, if you release something publicly, well, even privately, and somebody's not honest, I mean, it's just gonna get out. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, really. And if you ban that person from your group, all they're going to do is come in as a different person and just repeat the process. So I don't know why they get so mad about that stuff. I mean, you know, I'd be mad too, but again, I'd have to expect that it's going to get released, which is why usually, well, with Dodson Logging, I was pretty far along before I even announced it. And you know, I don't know. It's a sticky subject, it really is. But what it boils down to is people just aren't honest. I mean, they don't think about how much work goes into these things. I mean, with Forbidden Forest, well, and even Dodson Logging that we're playing now, I mean, I've spent hours upon hours upon hours, days working on this thing. I didn't even attempt to try to log it. You know how many hours I think I put on it, because probably in the days or weeks of work. And unless you're pretty good, I mean, there's really no way to, you know, kind of put your mark on something, I guess. But I mean, even then, what good does it do? 'Cause, I mean, these are just 3D models that get released, and I mean, there's no. You know, there's just like, you can't put a copyright on it. I don't know. It's like I said, it's a real sticky subject. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm gonna track back up to the road, and we're gonna start cutting back down towards this way we just came from. In fact, I'm gonna go over to this side. And we'll work back towards the creek, and then we'll come back over and work that direction out that way. I'm going to cut down my shade, but that should help with the being able to see the logs better, trees and stuff. Okay, so the trick is you cut down the first tree, drive past the second one up towards the third tree, and then you drop that one, turn around, get the second one you drove by, then you've got 3 trees in a pile without doing a whole lot of effort or movement, I guess. Well, that one's not good. Yeah, that's better. And then you can just track forward a bit, grab the 4th tree, and then back up and throw it in the pile, and repeat the process right on down the plantation row. I might be able to do it without even backing up. Yeah, that's what I can do. Yeah, that's close enough. Well, it's like Farming Simulator 19 is going to be released in October, which I guess is no big surprise. I think all the previous versions come out in October. I'm still a bit undecided at the moment about 19. I mean, I probably will upgrade to it just because it's the newest thing, but you know, the thing that's going to kind of suck about it is until some of the modders have time to make some of those upgrades, or you know, convert some of the mods from 17 over to 19, it won't be much to play with. I almost wish that Giants would release some of the, or release the game in the new editor or whatever's going to be coming out for it to some of the modders ahead of time, so they could start making some mods for the game, like FDR and some of these other bigger ones, Cirrus mods, and yeah, I don't want to name too many of them because I'm sure there's a lot of other great modders out there that I just can't think of, but you know what I mean. Give the modders that are making mods, good mods, time to get it out there a little bit. Whoops. Alright, now why is that? It's getting hung on a tree. Because I mean, it does kind of stink that, you know, you got this the latest version of the game, and all you got to play with when you started is the in-game stuff. Would be nice if they released the game early to a few modders and let them start working on some stuff. I mean, the in-game stuff is fine, but I mean, they don't have fellow bunchers or grapple loaders or skidders or, well, pretty much anything. You're stuck with a forwarder and a harvester. That's about all you get. And I don't particularly care to use those. You can't move much wood really in a hurry. And, you know, probably they'll just take some of the better mods that have come out for 17 and incorporate them into the game, like seasons and maybe the mud. Well, see, that's been out since 13. They didn't do it with 15 or 17. Or I think the mud's been out for a while. But that's probably what they'll do. I mean, they may increase the graphics a little. And they're putting horses and the cotton in there. But the big news, I guess, was John Deere's on board now finally, which is kind of cool. So maybe we'll see some John Deere forestry equipment. I don't know. My guess is it's going to be a forwarder and harvester most likely. But it would be kind of nice if they would just go ahead and incorporate a lot of the forestry machines in there. You know, a skidder, and it'd be nice if they did like a trailer mounted loader or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to see what they come up with. But I mean, there's so much John Deere stuff out there that I doubt they're going to have a ton of equipment, because, or I guess I should say all of them. It'd be nice if they could incorporate something from like maybe about every model type thing. You know, like a skidder, like a tractor, like a, you know, like a 5000 series or 5500 series, or, you know, just a little taste from everything. But we'll see what happens. I mean, you can only imagine that, I mean, you have to imagine that John Deere already has 3D models of all their equipment. So it's probably not a big deal to get them into the game quickly. Because if you can import it into Blender, you can export it out to as an odd 3D file and get it into the Farming Simulator game pretty quick. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Can I reach that? Barely. Oh, I didn't get that one in the ground good enough. And of course my machine moved on me a little bit. Alright, let's get this one last tree cut for this little group, and then that'll be about it for today. And of course, this is going to cause a problem. Oh well. Just have to grab it with the skidder and winch it up. Alright, well, that's all the time I got for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Dodson Logging. And I think what I'm going to do is get back over to here. And yeah, it's completely blocking the path. Well, anyway, I'm going to get a few more, excuse me, get a few more loads of wood chips here as we're closing out the video, and before I exit and do something else. But let's see if I can get some more of this stuff picked up. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again on Friday. And I'm gonna try to throw in a different map we hadn't done in a while. But anyway, hope you enjoy it. Have a good rest of the week, and we'll talk to you again on Friday. Thanks for watching.